Hi guys, this is Heather with Book Junkie, and today I'm going to be reviewing Nine Lives by Peter Swanson. Now, I've never heard of this book, I've never heard of this author before. I was just browsing through the library, and this was on one of the new adult fiction releases, and so I picked it up, I read the back, and I thought, like, oh hey, yeah, this book is totally up my alley. I thought I would really enjoy it. And well, I didn't. And this review might be a little harsh, but I did not like this book at all. Overall, I'm going to give this book a 3.3 out of 5. This book is a suspense and thriller book, and it's about this. There's a list that is delivered to 9 different people, and it's just a list of 9 names, and each person that it got delivered to, each of their names are on the list, and they're strangers to each other. And so a lot of people thought it was just a scam or an accident, so they just kind of brushed it aside. But one of the people on the list, it was an FBI agent, and she sees it and she's like, weird. I should definitely be looking into this. And so then the first person from the list dies. I mean, it's not in order, just the first person on the list dies, actually is murdered, and then they're like, oh, weird, and he was holding the list in his hand. Then the second person on the list is murdered, and they're like, okay, something is going on here. So they get police protection for like almost everyone on the list, and they are trying to investigate what connection do these people have to each other, because they highly doubt it's just a list of random names that randomly get murdered. And so they're trying to find the connection between the people, and basically if you're on the list, you're gonna die. And that's basically the premise of this book. And each chapter of the book is written from the point of view of each person on the list. And so this book can get pretty confusing, and there is this little tidbit in the beginning of the book that basically explains a little bit about each person. And it's like right here, right in the beginning, and it gives a little like who the name of the person and a little bit about them, who they are. And so as I was reading this, I was constantly having to go back and forth between the chapters and finding that, like, who is who. And then because I just kept getting confused. There's so many people, and there's absolutely no connection between each of them. The ending of this book was pretty cool, but to get there, it was like dragging nails on a chalkboard, and it was absolutely terrible. At one point in this book, there was a chapter from one of the people's name is Jay Coates, and there was a chapter from a different Jay Coates that they found. And so you know about this one Jay Coates that's in the beginning that I just showed you, and then in the random chapters, a totally different Jay Coates with a totally different backstory, and that just confused the hell out of me. And I was like, who is this person now? And I seriously thought that when they were editing this book, like they forgot to take that part out, because it didn't fit at all. I thought the storyline of this book was pretty cool, but as soon as you start reading it, it just confuses the hell out of you. So if you do read this book, take a picture of that list on your phone so you can just so it's easier instead of flipping through all the pages. And I just hated it. As soon as you do figure out who someone is, they die. So it's like, as soon as you try to, you think, oh, I got the gist of this book. Okay, I know who these people are and what's going on. And then they just die. And then so once they die, they're never mentioned. They don't have their own chapters in this book. So overall, I thought this book was just a complete waste of my time. I hated it. I shouldn't say I hated it. I really disliked it. I would not recommend this book to anyone unless it does sound interesting. Go ahead, but hopefully you take my word for it. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe so you can see more, that would be great. And feel free to leave those book recommendations in the comments. Thank you guys so much. Bye.